look taller than me.
Yeah, let me get down.
Yeah, Frank, would you?
All right.
All right, so we're out here today. It's early April,
Yep.
2025. Out here with Ryan in central Kansas.
Yep.
Kind of, I guess you consider
North
yourself.
Central Kansas.
Yeah. So, been out today as spring gets started. Ryan, you've been out in your fields looking, kind of getting prepared. You've got the planter sitting here about ready to head to the field hopefully later this week.
Yep.
Share a little bit, and we were out looking at some things too, but what are some of the things that you really noticed this spring? What's been showing up?
Quite a few things actually. The most important thing, in my opinion, is the fracturing of the soil within, good 8 inches that you can get down with a little screwdriver and just break that open, and it just fractures. It's not mush. It's got a lot of activity, a lot of biologicals.
Yeah.
In there. So the other things noticed is first year for me to strip till in 20 years. We've been applying cereal rye for the last 4 years, and so we're learning on that as we go. But I think with the products that we're using, plus live living roots all year round, has really played a positive dividend in what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, it was really cool to see just the tilth in your soil. I mean, the top 3 inches, even outside of the strip, was just so mellow we could dig it up with our hands.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
mellow. And as you even mentioned, the soil deeper down. And we were in some of what you said is some of your tougher soils.
I've never witnessed in my life the soil health in my tightest soils, where we typically don't produce much. Growing up as a kid, that anhydrous would just seep right through 300 yards, 400 yards behind. So that's what I remember as a kid, running through. And I look at it now, and I'm basically in shock of what it looks like now. Looking forward to planting and learning this year, because we're starting off where we've really never been before. And so being at this, we still have a long ways to go.
Oh yeah, we're not.
We're
not done yet.
We're not even close to being where we want to be. But at this stage of the game, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to getting out there and seeing what we can accomplish.
Your planting conditions, barring just some, and I'm not even sure big rains are going to.
Not with that root
effect.
structure.
Yeah.
Not at all. I think, and we had some decent rains here recently, and the next day I was out in it. I mean, it just percolates through.
Yeah.
Even in the clay soils.
Yeah.
And we have clay and silt loam clay, and looking forward to comparing the two this year, because it used to be we just counted the clay soils off because we could just never grow anything in there. I mean, 30, 40, 50 bushel difference in our corn versus our clay silt loams, which but that clay's catching up.
I'm with you. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Went to the neighbors.
Yes, we
and
did.
Nothing against the neighbor. He's a good guy, but he's not using Genesis Biological
None.
plug in.
Nope, not at all. And then just recently started with cover crops. So he's a little behind, in that regards. But the soil is how I remembered it back as a kid. Just you could take it and crumple it, just balls up.
Yeah.
There was very little root structure besides the cereal rye that he had, which was in the right direction.
Yeah. Right.
But the soil as a whole was glossy. Would that be slimy?
On the verge of it.
On the verge of it versus
literally the videos we shot on yours compared to his, the top few inches of, I mean, there was no structure to the top of his compared to yours. There was nothing you could pull off with your fingers.
None.
Like yours. And even the stuff near the top, much less the stuff a little deeper that had more moisture in it, when you squeezed that, it made a ball.
Yeah.
Yours didn't.
Not at all.
Yours broke.
Nope. And then I could, with all of the ground that we looked at on my property that's been using Genesis Ags, was able to take the screwdriver with one hand all the way down and break it, and it just fractured. That's the best word I can use. Whereas on 2 neighbors that we went to, you know, it took everything that I had with 2 arms, 2 hands.
I heard you grunt a couple times.
It was pinching my finger. So yeah, I mean, I feel like we're on the right track, and it's exciting.
It is.
Okay. See, that ticks me off. How does he get?
So I kind of alluded to, we did some work with the penetrometer.
Yeah.
And we were seeing, you know, we were able to get down 18 inches in a lot of your fields.
Yeah.
Before we were hitting, so not seeing any kind of plow layers or anything like that in your soil anymore. It looks to me like you've got a great scenario to get really good root extension going this season.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just what the roots can do, you know, and we get a good root structure. What are we gonna have?
Right.
So we kind of hit the heavy stuff at what?
18.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 inches.
So let's jump to another topic real quick. One of the other things that we were noticing, looking at your fields versus the neighbors, was residue breakdown.
Yeah. Oh, mine. Yes. The corn. What last year's corn was just broke with your fingers. A lot less residue. A lot less residue, and therefore be easier to plant through. A lot of breakdown.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what amounts. That's really what's going on.
Cycling that stuff back in.
Yep.
You bet. You bet.